New figures published by lender Paragon Mortgages have highlighted a strong sense of satisfaction in the UK's rental sector. Tenants up and down the country are highly satisfied with the quality of accommodation and service that they've received in recent months, with 8 out of 10 of the 1,800 respondents saying they're satisfied with their current landlord. At the same time, the proportion of UK landlords that are reporting a rise in demand for their property has grown in recent months, increasing from 34% in the final quarter of last year to 39% in the first quarter of this year. Overall, 85% of existing tenants in the UK private rented sector now class their current property as their home, while 69% said they feel they're getting either good or very good value for money. Reflecting this positive trend, the average length of time that tenants are now residing in the same property in the private rented sector is almost 13 years, which compares favourably to the average of 7 years for the UK property sector as a whole. Finally, the research also touched upon the importance of the private rented sector in providing an option for individuals who have been priced out of purchasing their own home through rises in the market over recent years. In total, 89% of landlords in the private rented sector agreed with this statement. Responding to the poll, Director of Mortgages at Paragon, John Heron, said the rise of the private rented sector and the decline of the social housing sector have been the predominant trends in the UK's changing housing tenure over the last 20 years. This data gives an interesting insight into how both tenants and landlords perceive these trends. It's good to see tenant satisfaction at such high levels. The sector often suffers from negative PR, and the good work done by the vast majority of landlords to provide homes for those who cannot or do not want to buy goes unremarked. This survey clearly demonstrates that the private rented sector is increasingly providing longer-term solutions in housing, and that responsible and professional landlords are supporting the provision of housing to those that rely on the private rented sector for their home.